Hi guys, it's Cassie and today we are going to be going through 7 luxury fashion trends that are over in 2022 and what to buy/wear instead. Guys, if you are new here, my name is Cassie and I'm a self-diagnosed luxury addict. I put out videos on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, so if you like luxury fashion, then you're going to love it here. So head down there, subscribe, turn on the bell, become a member of our luxury addicted family. When we're going to rehab, never. Guys, are you ready? Let's go. Okay, so I actually saw the Style Insider do this video and I love the concept. So I have come up with 7 of my own luxury fashion trends that I think we're seeing a lot less of and the trends that are replacing them. Trends are a very personal thing. It all really depends on your personal style. I might be talking about trends today that are over and you're like, actually, that's the core of how I dress, okay? Totally fine. Believe me, I'm still indulging in some of these trends that are over, all right? But I just think trends and knowledge of trends is fun and something that I find quite interesting. So I thought that I would let you know which we're seeing less of and the ones that we're seeing come in, replacing them, becoming much more popular. Before we jump into the first trend, this section of the video is sponsored by Karma, your online shopping assistant. Do you want to make sure that you get the pieces that you've been lusting after at the best available price at the time? Is that a yes? Okay, Karma. Karma is here to help you. Nee's birthday is coming up, right? So I have my little wish list on Karma of the things that I've been thinking about getting Nee. And I got a little Karma notification letting me know that a couple of the things that I'd been thinking of getting him, there was an available coupon for, okay? And it was on Mr. Porter. The coupons on there are few and far between, okay? So I was like, oh my gosh, this is my chance. I get to get him these things that I think that he's going to look absolutely fabulous in and get a little 10% off. Why not? A discount that I otherwise would have had no idea about. So Karma really has 4 main features. The first feature is that you can set up wish lists, as many wish lists as you like, so you can organise your shopping and plan ahead. I've got a list for my just general wish list for the year. I've got one for gifts. The second feature is that Karma scans the internet for coupon codes at checkout. So when you're checking out, you're making sure that you're not missing out on a little 10%, 20%, dare I say 30% here and there. Now that feature is only available on the computer, so make sure that you have the Karma Chrome extension. Third feature, and arguably my favourite Karma feature, is that it lets you know when an item that you've been looking at either goes on sale, has a relevant coupon code, or comes back in stock. So when you see an item you like, you go ahead, you click the blue button, add it to your wish list, and it sends you either an email or a push notification to let you know when either of those things happen. And the final feature is that for certain retailers, Karma even gives you cash back, okay? So all you need to do to download it is click the link in the description box. It is completely free, and this means that you can get ahead of any of the spring sales that are coming up soon. Thank you so much to Karma for sponsoring this part of the video. The first trend that is over in 2022, bike shorts. Oh my gosh, at one point I couldn't even open my eyes without seeing a pair of bike shorts, okay? They really kind of came out of nowhere and plagued us. Now they were really worn in a few different ways. So there was obviously like a head-to-toe sporty vibe, really leaning into the cyclist within all of us, Tour de France and whatnot. But then also we were seeing them paired with blazers. You know, there was this kind of juxtaposition of something very casual and sporty and something very sort of formal and tailored going on. Personally, I tried this trend and I'm not going to lie to you. Looking back, wasn't the most flattering thing in the world. It tended to like cut the leg off in odd places and whatever. Some people really rocked it, let's not lie. But replacing the bike short trend, I am very happy to announce, is a trend that I personally feel is a lot more universally flattering. Boxer shorts. Yes. Okay, we've got a lovely elasticated waistband there, thank you very much. They tend to be in either sort of silk or cotton, just like a loose boxer style, alright? It's comfortable, the air is flowing for the summer, you don't feel restrictive like you did in biker shorts. I personally am very happy with this swap out of styles. A couple of ways that we're really seeing this. Number one is in matching kind of sets. So like a shirt that matches the boxer shorts set. We're seeing a lot of those. That can kind of be worn together as is. It can be worn with the shirt open and a smaller, maybe like a bralette or a bodysuit or something underneath, t-shirt, something like that. And the shirt worn as a kind of jacket. Or the shorts obviously can be worn with a different colour shirt, a different style of shirt, t-shirt, bodysuit, tank top, you name the type of tops, it works, truly. I think that this really works across a number of styles. This works for casual and sporty. You can dress it up with a blazer for the evening and a shirt, something like that. I think that there's a lot of versatility within this style. And I, for one, am very happy with this replacement. Trend number 2. Ugly dad sneakers are done, aren't they? Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm not talking about, we still do have kind of like residual leftovers of this trend that I would sort of put like New Balance in this category. They're very much dad trainers. I wouldn't say that they're like ugly dad trainers. I am referring to the very overly exaggerated soles and styles of sneakers that we've seen over the last couple of years. I'm talking the Balenciaga Triple S, which was absolutely huge, one of the most popular sneakers at the time. But even now we're seeing these kind of added to sales, whereas previously you would never find a Balenciaga Triple S in the sale, you know? One of my own examples, the Versace Chain Reaction. Again, I'm talking about this sort of overly exaggerated, very chunky, very statement shoe that we've really seen a shift in sneaker styles into something very different. And whilst platform sneakers are a trend, it's not to the point that it's exaggerated like it was. We're seeing a lot more scaled down, simple sneaker styles that are more kind of reminiscent of, again, while we've got this resurgence of like this love for the early 2000s and the 90s and everything. And I think that we're seeing that reflected in sneakers as well. Chanel, you know, this kind of very sort of, all of these, this is the Dior B27s, they're designer versions of like Air Force Ones or Jordan Ones or something like that. We're mainly seeing low tops as well. I think it's interesting that we've seen this shift of like very crazy, very out there sneakers to something that's a little bit more simple and maybe easier to wear. Prada recently came out with some sneakers that again fall into this category. Louis Vuitton, the same thing. And whilst, like I mentioned, there can be a platform element, it's not to the same extent that we were seeing a couple of years ago. All right, trend number 3 that's out, we're really seeing a lot less of it, is skinny / slim fit tailoring and jeans. Now, I'm not the first person to tell you that skinny jeans aren't in. Look, I'm a skinny jeans till I die girl. I will ride that train till the very end. Because to me, it's what personally suits my figure. Not all trends are for everyone. It's about what makes you feel comfortable. It's about what you're like, oh, actually, no, I like that. Yeah, I'll adopt that a little bit, or like, no, this one isn't for me. And skinny jeans is one of those things that like, I don't care if it's in or out, I'm gonna be rocking the skinnies. But we really are seeing more relaxed jean styles, more oversized, more straight leg, boyfriend jean. Again, an ode to the 90s and whatnot. We're seeing a similar thing when it comes to tailoring. Blazers, for example, okay? Something like the Balmain fitted blazer, which some may say, and I think even I said at one point previously, I'm not sure, that it's you know, it's a designer classic, everybody should have it, blah, blah, blah. But that kind of very kind of fitted blazer style is less popular, and what we're seeing a lot more of is like the oversized, borrowed from the boys, borrowed your dad's suit jacket kind of vibe. Jacquemus has done a lot of these that have been very popular. But then we've got brands like Mugler which kind of do a mix of the two. So it's like, okay, the blazer kind of waist is fitted, but let's over exaggerate the shoulders a bit. Again, keeping it very kind of modern from what a fitted blazer was. Again, it's that little bit more relaxed tailoring in certain areas. Trend number 4, lace bodysuits. This really falls into that lingerie as day-to-day clothing, I guess, category. And we used to really see a lot of lace bodysuits in particular. But corsets and corsetry is huge for autumn-winter 2022. We've already seen a bit of it coming up with sort of Vivienne Westwood corsets being spoken a lot about on like TikTok and things like that. Gucci has been doing some corsets these last couple of seasons. They've kind of done a merge of the two with a lace bodysuit, but it's got the corset boning, so you still have that kind of update of the trend. For autumn-winter 22, we're really seeing brands like Versace incorporate corsets into non-lingerie category items, okay? Like in puffer jackets, in dresses, very unexpected places to kind of see the corsetry from the outside, but it's definitely a shift that we've been seeing in trends. Trend number 5, that I'm just biased because I've been waiting for this one. Square-toed shoes. They're on the way out. Am I talking about shoes that have a square toe that meets the toes at the end? No. I'm talking about, namely, a sort of Bottega square toe that overshoots the toes, alright? Toes end, and you've still got a hell of a lot of square toe coming for you. Shout out to the Platypi, alright, because they've really been the inspiration here. Now, we've really seen this most in mules, sandals, kind of summer shoes. Really, we're seeing much more of a shift towards pointed toe and almond toe, especially towards the second half of this year. Shoes that we previously have seen done in a square toe, they're updating to a pointed toe. Brands like Fendi, the majority of the shoes that they had on the catwalk were an almond toe. Even Bottega, that has really been at the forefront of the square toe trend, the shoes that they were showing on the catwalk for autumn-winter 2022, a little bit more rounded. I'm even going to admit, people were really rocking the square toe and people were really pulling it off. But personally, I'm a little bit more comfortable in an almond and a pointy toe, so my little self is jumping for joy over this one. Right, trend number 6. Simple evening looks / little black dress. Hear me out, because I know the little black dress is never out of style, but give me a moment here. Pre-pandemic and post-pandemic, evening looks are polar sodding opposites, okay? Pre-pandemic, for an evening look, you really could do like a nice top and jeans with a heel situation, or you could go for something simple, or a little black dress, something like that. Something very chic and elegant and timeless. And I really think post-pandemic, we have just thrown that to the wind and gone, do you want to know what? We're going to do it big, okay? Sparkles, sequins, feathers, anything opulent and over the top. That is really the shift that we've been seeing. And even if you're not the type of person that's going to turn up to the function looking like a flamingo or a peacock, turning up in neon, in a sodding lime green neon suit, or blinding like a disco ball, there are elements of this trend that you can incorporate into something a little bit more wearable or maybe suits your style more in the form of accessories. So you can still keep it very simple with what you like to wear or whatever, but then do you want to know what? Let's hit it hard on the shoes. Let's hit it hard on the bag. Let's maybe do one of those crystal encrusted headbands, something like that. So you can still participate in the trend if you want to, you know, without having to go full force. Trend number 7, Moto / leather jackets. I know. Is this controversial? Because once again, this is a category of jackets that a lot of people, you know, think are timeless, never going to go out of style, all of that business. And yes, you know, it depends on your style and your vibe. But I think we've been seeing a lot less of them than we used to, of your very typical leather jacket or moto kind of biker jacket, and we've really seen much more trenches, cropped trench jackets, crop jackets in general, boxy jackets, bomber jackets. And again, maybe this feeds into what I mentioned earlier about tailoring, going a little bit more oversized, a little bit more relaxed, something like that. Maybe that's connected. Now, a little bit of a bonus. This isn't really a trend that's going out, but I think that it's something that we'll be seeing a lot more of now / in the future, and that is a focus on vintage designer fashion. Now, vintage is never out, vintage is never over, blah, 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 but I really think that we're going to see it gain in popularity even more than it currently is for a couple of reasons. Number one, price increases for brands at the moment, they're getting kind of ridiculous. A lot of people are drawing the line and saying, I'm good, right? right and turning towards the vintage market for something a little bit more unique. We've also definitely seen more vintage on celebrities and very like famous influencers. And again, maybe it's to do with this Y2K resurgence that people are wearing items, actual items from Y2K instead of 2022 interpretations of Y2K trends, you know? And don't forget to download Karma, the link is in the description. It is free. Let me know what you thought of my trends and the trends that are replacing them, in my humble opinion. I'm going to leave a link to another video here in case you haven't already seen it. Have an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And in the words of my father,
if you've enjoyed it, tell your friends. If you haven't, keep your mouth shut.
I'll see you in my next video. Mwah. Bye, guys.